This is a topic which is going around on social media, and a few friends of mine have requested me to settle the matter. That is whether Muhammad was necrophilic, or that is whether Muhammad had sex with a dead woman, whether it's true or false, and whether I can ascertain it for the viewers. First of all, let's talk about the hadiths in question. The hadith is this: Muhammad took off his shirt and placed it on a dead woman. The dead woman in question was Fatima bint Asad. Fatima bint Asad was Muhammad's kind of foster mom, Muhammad's aunt, who used to take care of Muhammad when he was a child. And it goes on to read. All right, and placed it on a dead woman, that is Fatima bint Asad, lay with her in her grave. Lay with her in her grave. What's the purpose of laying with her grave? And the word used here, lay, it was istiza. That means in most of the usage of the term, it refers to having sex with someone. You don't need to know the Arabic very well to find out what it can be used for. I heard one of the scholars saying, who criticizes Islam, says that it means sleeping with someone can be used in different ways. For example, if I say, I slept with her last night, you need to understand the context. So sleeping, the word sleeping with someone can be referred to having sex. So this was happened here, obviously, because there can be no other reason why someone should be sleeping with someone on top of someone when she's already laying in the grave. There's no way you can find out whether the grave is comfortable unless you take the corpse out, because the grave should be big enough for one person, not two. So if you want to find out whether the grave is suitable enough, well, if you love her too much, you are crazy for her, and you were she was your part of your family, before you lay down the corpse, you test it yourself if you're crazy enough to do that. But laying with it doesn't make any sense to find out whether it is comfortable or not. That's one thing. And now let's move on. The grave diggers proceeded to hurl dirt atop the corpse and the Prophet. The Prophet exclaimed, the grave diggers proceeded to hurl dirt atop the corpse, and the Prophet exclaiming, O Prophet, we see you doing a thing you never did with anyone else. O Prophet, we see you doing thing you never did with anyone else. They were trying to put dirt on top, and then the Prophet said, oh, and then they said, the people who were trying to put dirt on the corpse, O Prophet, we see you doing a thing you never did with anyone else. That means they were not even expecting Muhammad to be lying with her. And doing what? Lying with someone, just that will not be something they will say, we never saw you doing this. Then it goes, to which Muhammad responded, I have dressed her in my shirt, okay, so that she may be dressed in heavenly robes. I have laid with her in her grave, so that the pressure of the grave, that means the azab, all Muslims believe that when someone dies, he suffers the torments in the grave. This is called azab. Then it goes, that the grave, also known as, as I said, torments of the grave, may be elevated for her. May be elevated for her. So just laying down with someone, why should it elevate? No, it shouldn't. There's nothing to say that. Muhammad didn't do with anyone else, not even with his wives. So why did he do that? He did it because he wanted to give that dead woman a special status, a special protection by having sex with her, making her one of the mothers of the Ummah, and thereby lessening the torments of the grave. You don't have to be a rocket scientist to figure that out. And some of the Muslim apologists say, oh, this is dazar, this is not this dazar, and they will play with word games. But this is all concocted. This is all apologetic nonsense. And then, so what was Muhammad doing and saying? So to understand the context, you also have to understand another hadith correlated to this, which I will go on. It is in Sahih Bukhari. It says, narrated Anas bin Malik, we were in the funeral procession of one of the daughters of the Prophet, and he was sitting by the side of the grave. I saw his eyes shedding tears. He said, Is there anyone among you who did not have sexual relations with his wife last night? Abu Talha replied in the affirmative. And so the Prophet told him to get down in the grave, and so he get down in her grave. What was the purpose? What was the purpose? Some would say, oh, he was clean. That's why Muhammad said, who was clean? He meant who was clean. I mean, come on. In Islam, if you have sex, if you have a bath, that's it. You are cleaned. So if going down into the grave when burying someone, if that not to have sex was a precondition, then it should have been incorporated in Islamic jurisprudence. But it's not there. It's not there. So if you read these two hadiths together, then you would understand Muhammad was necrophilic, and he was rather encouraging necrophilia. A sort of disgusting thing, because Muhammad obviously was trying to satisfy his daughter's earthly desire, a derailed way, to have sex. Fuck. Sorry for my French. Anyway, now the question is whether someone like him can imagine having sex with someone who is a motherly figure. Well, he can. To understand this, you also have to go to other hadiths. Please read the description box below. Muhammad said he would have a few women in heaven who were with him, and the list included, according to most authentic hadiths, please check the references below. Muhammad said he would have Jesus' mother, obviously a motherly figure, should have been a motherly figure to him, because Jesus was before the time of Muhammad, and the Prophet's mother. He said he would have Jesus' mother as his wife in heaven. Not only that. He also said Pharaoh's wife, Asya, would be his wife too, because Asya was a devoted to Allah, according to him. So he would have her as his wife as well. And then also, he said, he would have Moses' sister as his wife. So you understand that motherly figure wouldn't exempt Muhammad's lusts. So having a foster mom in the grave and having sex and considering her to be a wife coming in the coming world and having sex shouldn't be a big thing for Muhammad, because he had cuckoo there, psychopathic maniac. That's what he was. So to understand Muhammad's character, you have to understand a few things: geopolitics. You have to correlate hadiths. You have to correlate his old biography so that you can connect. These are all from authentic hadiths. So he was a necrophilic maniac. I think that's settled.